All right, we're here. I'm here, Chad. I'm just it's kind of slow today. Gotta speed it up. Gotta go. That rush of adrenaline. I just had I had a bunch of waffles for breakfast, so I'm kind of like in this carb carb coma. I don't usually eat that many carbs. Blood sugar issues, diabetes. Anyway, we don't need to talk about diabetes. We need to talk about the markets. And be excited for the opportunities that await us this week. Although, a short trading week. So we have basically 3 days, and then a day off, and then Friday. It's weird when it's in the middle of the week. Strange. Alright, let me look at one thing. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright, I don't know, all this is just so, Yeah, I'm like really out of it today. I don't have any energy. Kind of just like, meh. Alright, oh. We should, I think we get some kind of, we need to put a holiday in here. We need to put, like also like it's a 4-day trading week, like. Need to put that in there. That'll go in the short, I suppose. That will go in the short. Alright, let's get to it. We can get to it. Maybe we'll go a little bit out of order. Maybe we'll start with the trading review. And then we'll go into the market and then go into trade planning. So we'll change the order a little bit. Just so I can get the trading out of the way, 'cause sometimes I get to the trading review and then I'm already tired, so we'll move things around a little bit. How does that sound, chat? How does that sound, chat? Do 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 do. I don't know if I like this music either. It's might have to change it up a little bit here. This one's a good one. A little Squid Game graphic, that's good. I listened to Mind Amend, but it's kind of okay on YouTube. They haven't banned my stuff yet, but Alright, we need to get everything open and ready. Let's get everything going, chat. Should get some Rutmans in the chat. Should do that. I think I put the emote wall on here. Did I do it? I think I did. Is the emote wall here? Yeah, the emote wall is there. Let's go ahead and do it. Dun, dun, dun. Woohoo! There it is. That's funny. Let's go. Oh man, I can't. Well, I only do that like once in a while with the breakfast. With the breakfast, I don't usually do that. Kind of had way just carb overload water time. Need to do like some intense cardio. That's water chat. Alright, let's do this. Oh, we gotta turn the lights on first. Boom, there we go. Smell my tea. It sounds a weird thing to say when you can't see me. Yay! Woo! Woo! Maybe after this I'll exercise. I might have to because I'm really out of it. Super out of it. Just kind of rare. Kind of like being hungover, but not hungover because I didn't drink anything. So, but it's Seeksa the super feral. Yep. Lex's head scratched. Scratchy head cutie. Okay, chat. We gotta go, chat. I'm just slowing my roll here. We got... Let's flip this around. We'll start with the bad ones, and then we'll go to the good ones. Alright, let's get the journal up, too, because I'm working on that. I need to get better. I'm not using my discipline on making sure that everything gets written down in a particular way, and this and that, so... We gotta make sure that happens. So we need this down here so that I can click into the day and see what it's doing. So this is the 13th. That was Friday. Did I write everything down on Friday? Probably not. I did. I actually wrote it down. Okay, let's take a look-see. Oh, because I went long? Oh, yeah, there we go. There's a VWAP. VWAP trade. It was on... No, that little checklist. I mean, I have one in my notebook. I do have one. I need to somehow streamline everything. Like, I need the whole thing with like this trading plan in this notebook. It needs to be like up here. Like, I don't care about it. I mean, I care about this stuff, but I don't care about this stuff. What's more important is like what the conditions of entering and exiting. Like, that's more important than the after effects. So it's like this stuff needs to come first. Like, all this stuff at the bottom kind of needs to come first. So yeah. Anyway, that would be my... I don't know why I did that. I could just hit the next button. So this was on the 11th. Let's see here. I did write it down. Okay, so this was below VWAP. And this was on the 15-minute. Okay. It was a below VWAP trade. You know, I wish, I don't know how to fix this. Like, I mean, wasn't really wrong to go short. Yeah, it wasn't wrong. Anyway, let's just keep going. The same thing. It just couldn't make it. Yeah. That's that holding on thing. Like, what are the conditions to keep it going? Maybe I should ask ChatGPT that, like, hey, I need help, like, deciding when to get out of a trade. Give me a checklist, okay? Give me a checklist. The 10th. I went long. Probably good that I didn't stay in the trade. But it came back, though, as a V-shaped recovery. Let's see if I wrote it down, though. Yes, I did. It was just above VWAP. Okay. And then on the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame. Okay. Alright, this is a new vertical spread, bear call spread. I just think, I don't think that their developer conference went very well. So, and they're behind in AI, and they don't have a good story to tell. And that's almost as more important than anything else that you're showing. Like, what story are you telling? They're not telling any kind of story. So until they can tell a story, which I have full faith that at some point they're going to tell a story. I'm not sure, you know, what their full plans are, but Apple always comes back, so I'm sure they will. But right now, we're going to keep the bear call spread on them. That's all we're going to say there. Google, on the other hand, I'm a little more bullish. I'm bullish on Waymo. I'm bullish on their role in AI. So we're going to keep this vertical put thing going. Walmart. Oh, yeah, I was able to roll this call. That was fun. Finally, 9 days before expiration, it went profitable. So I rolled it, which is pretty awesome. So that's been nice. I feel like I need to follow through though with my, but I haven't had a down day in Walmart. Like, let's take a look at Walmart's chart here. Let's look at the daily. Oh yeah, okay. We might be in a position where we can sell some puts. Yeah, let's do it. So that's gonna be on the list. We should sell some puts in Walmart. Let's go. Let's go. Sitting on what is this? What's my green dots? 65? So this is the 200? Okay. Yeah, let's sell some puts here, and then if it goes to the 200, we'll sell some more. How about that? I believe in Walmart. Do you guys believe in Walmart? Walmart. I went to Walmart this weekend and spent a bunch of money, and there was a bunch of other people there spending money. There was also, they were playing really loud music for some reason. I don't know what that was about. I'm probably still on mute. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not on mute. They were playing like really loud music. I think it was like I don't know what it was for, but they had like a little stand that had like popcorn and like other things, and they were playing loud music, and they started playing YMCA, and as everybody was leaving the self-checkout, for some reason, like right at the exit of the self-checkout, everyone started doing YMCA. Like they were all just doing it in their own little private way, but everybody that walked by and heard the music, they were all doing YMCA. That was kind of funny. Like one old guy just like doing his own thing. He was leaving with his bag going YMCA. Everybody was doing it. Everybody was shaking and wiggling. I thought that was kind of funny. Zoom in on my giant pimple right here. I don't know what this is. I gotta leave it alone. I don't know if we have any of those band-aids. Because this is one of those that needs one of those band-aids. This is not one you want to pick at. This isn't gonna pop in the traditional sense. This would need some cortisone. I always wanted those cortisone things. I wanted to invent, you have those patches for your pimples, but like they need cortisone in them. Yeah, they need cortisone in them. Like at the dermatologist, they can inject cortisone into your pimples to help the inflammation come down. But there's nothing accessible like that, for just regular people. You have to go to a dermatologist. But it seems like you could make a patch that has the cortisone on it and put it on your face. Yeah. That's what I want to make. I just gave it all away what I wanted to make. I want to make a cortisone patch. And it could still be like you would get a prescription for it, but you wouldn't have to go to the doctor and get injected. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would just be a patch. And I thought maybe the patch could have like little pokies on it, and it would kind of go through your skin and it would sit. You have to leave it for like 24 hours. Anyway, that's my idea. Little cortisone patches for your pimples. And then if you could mix it in with maybe something that heals and gets rid of the bacteria and stuff, that would be nice too. Anyway, that's my invention. If you have the means, chat, maybe you guys could go to, because I have no idea how to get that started. Just gave away my ideas to everybody. All right, let's go to the 9th. Did I write my trade down? It's the same trade I do all the time. No, I did not write it down, so that's bad. That's a bad trade. This is a bad trade. My ankle's kind of hurt. The 12th. And I'm out of it, chat. Can't do that to myself anymore. I can't carb load and then try to like think. I filled out the checkpoints, but I didn't write this down. Okay. Was this... Oh, this is on the 11th. This is when it this is my short put. Okay. I made like 50% or something on it. Something close to that. Oh yeah, this was a good one too. This short put. Yeah. Short puts, man. Oh, I need to create a spreadsheet for that. Yeah, I need to do that too. We'll do that on stream. We'll try to figure that. Maybe we'll add it to the notebook, because I'm selling. I'm in the paper trading account. I'm selling. So I saw somebody else doing this, and they're selling 0 DTE. Selling 0 DTE puts on the indices. I think mostly the Qs. Every day. So the first day I did it, I got all the credit. And then the second day I did it, I got assigned, but we'll just sell calls on Monday. We'll just sell calls till they're called away. So you just sell like these, I don't know, it's 30 delta, something like that. You sell these 30 delta, 20 delta puts or calls on the queues every day, or the SPY every day, and then just collect the credit. Like, it's kind of the craziest thing in the whole world. You do kind of need capital for that, though. It's a little capital intensive. I don't know that I could do it. If I did it, I don't know. Can I even do it in this account? I don't even know if I can. So I don't know that I can really do this. I mean, I certainly couldn't sell as many. So it would take up all of my, so every day it would take up the majority of my account. But it looks like it lets me sell at least one. If I didn't have any other, yeah, so that's not gonna work. So you can't do 3. I don't have a big enough account. I could do 1. I could, in theory, do 1 if, let's say I spread it off. So let's say, I'm getting way sidetracked here. I think I'm almost done with my trades, though. Let's say we do this, but we spread it off. We sell like the 30 delta, and then we just sell spreads. So instead of selling just the puts, we sell the spreads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if this can get you into trouble, though. That's the only. Oh, that's not bad at all. So if it works, maybe I should try spreading these off, because I could do the spreads in my account. And you could do it every day. It's fucking crazy with these 0 DTEs. I would just have to watch, like, if I think that they, well, I don't know, like, the thing about 0 DTE is, like, if something happens, I think they just execute the other side of it. So, like, or does it all have to be in the money? So, like, if it falls in between your strikes, so right now I have like, if it falls in between the strikes, like the price goes down to 523, so this is in the money, do I get a margin call because I can't cover the trade, or do they just execute this side of the trade? I don't know. And that's hard to do in the paper trading account, because they give you, so, like, Bob, I have to call him. Schwab, option, sign, spread, in between a spread. Yeah, so you can. So you could end up with, or sell put option. Yeah, so I mean, it isn't really this risk. It wouldn't be this risk at all. Because it could fall into here, and then although if that was the case, possibly at the end of the day, or if you saw this happening, you could just roll it. So you just roll it to the next day. So the thing that you would want to do with this is you'd have to watch it, and if it starts to go to like 523, you need to roll this out another day. Or roll it down or do something with it. I think you just have to act. I think you could probably roll it. So like an hour before the market closes, or like 90 minutes before the market closes, you'd want to see where this is. And you'd probably want... I wonder if you just close it like in the paper trading account, because it's paper trading and there's more money in there, theoretically. I just let it go. I don't really worry about it. I just let the just do what it does. But here, until I had that amount of money, I would probably have to watch it at the end of the day. And then I'd have to be rolling. I'd have to be closing and rolling. I think I'd have to just close it or roll it. If I could. I really want to try this though. This is kind of a crazy strategy. I wonder if you could just roll it though, because everything's so liquid. It's not like, I don't think you'd have any problems. I don't think you'd have any problems rolling. I mean, these have so much, and it's like, isn't this week an OPEX? It's a weird short week, and then it's also an OPEX week. That's kind of, that's not great. Anyway, that's a total sidetrack from what I'm supposed to be doing here. That's not the point of right now. I think this is my last trade though. So what was this? This was my call. Oh, is it because I rolled this? What is this? Expiry. Is this something that just like came through? Yeah. I don't understand this. Is this the one that I closed? I don't know what this is. What is this? Open date. Open this in February. This is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie, chat. This, like the way that I need to figure out my own thing for my own data. Like I'm convinced I can make a new journal that does what I need it to do. Like all this stuff is cool. I don't know if it's necessary. All right, so let's take a look here. So this was like the first covered call. So this was the first one. So this is when I bought it back. Okay, so this was that first buyback. And then I sold another one. Okay. Well, whatever. That was a good one, though. That actually was good. I think I rolled it, yeah. So then it got rolled on... Jesus, it got rolled. That must have... Walmart must have taken a dive then. And then I bought back... Oh wow, I shouldn't have bought that one back. That kind of fucked up the whole trade. So I sold another one in March, and then I finally, yeah, I bought that one back. And then I sold, okay. No, that's good. We're making progress here. Like, I wish it would show, so what I wanted to show is like your new break even. I wanted to show that. I wanted to show my break even. I wanted to show like the progression of the trade. That's what I want to see. This does not help me. Like, this is fun, but it's not helping me. It's still such a monster of a... Little buy, sell. Still buying it. We're still buying it. We're still buying it. We're still buying it. We're still buying it. Buy. Well, this is kind of cool. This might be an actually useful feature. Like, let's see here. So these are calls bought in the last 2 days. Oh, well, look at that. Oracle. Didn't really exclude common tickers though. It didn't. Symbols to exclude, they're still in the list. Same list. Huh. I like the increase. That's interesting to me. Puts bought. People buying puts in GLD. Okay. Oh, wow. Buy puts. Snow, June 20th calls. Hmm. June 11th. That's already passed. So they're selling calls. Still haven't really figured out how to decipher this data. To watch videos on it. Alright, let's go back to my stuff. I think that was my last trade. Yes, that was the last. Oh no, it wasn't. Oh no, it was. Yeah, it was. Google here. Okay. That was my everything's labeled. Okay. We're good. We're up on the week. So that's nice. What happened on this day? Okay, this was just rolling stuff around. Nice. Okay. Still have work to do on the year, but it's nice to finally see a green week. I mean, it's been a minute since we had a green week. So that's good. All really due to rolling, and it's not really due to any particular situation. Based on the, let's pull up my fancy charts here. Trading view. I need a bookmark for this. I don't know why I don't have a bookmark. And then I want to look at this one. So I did a trial of this. This is like AI recommendations. I have not 7 days anymore, but we're gonna see if, you know, maybe we'll try one of these day trading things on Monday. We'll see what we'll kind of see what it says. Wonder if some of these are more like swing trades versus day trades, but I'll come in here and on Monday and see if, you know, there's anything, and give it a shot. If it makes the money for the subscription, we keep it. If we can't make heads or, I like the AI features of it, like asking some of the questions, like you get some really awesome responses. Like this is the technical review of Boston Scientific, like you get some really like the key levels just right out there are nice, and you could put those on your charts and you could trade from those. I mean, even if you just did that, so that you don't have to go hunt and search and find and all these things, it consolidates. It probably, you know, hours of work are done in minutes, you know, instead of hours. So, you know, I'm liking that. I do like that feature of it. I like, you know, it's all this stuff that I probably would have tried to go and find, but I get, you know, I get kind of tired, and now I can just go into action mode. I can use this, and I don't have to, I don't have to be tired from searching. I can execute. You know, you go right into execute mode. I think that's something to think about with AI is, you know, the way I've been using it, a lot of it is taking away, I think, what used to be valued as important in the process. So my learning from from school very much emphasized you work through the process. And that's really the reward versus the result. But with AI, the process is less important, and I think that the result is more important now. Like the result, the data, the output is much more important than your input and your process. Because for some processes like this analyst stuff gives you a pretty decent, you know, you'd have to hire someone to go do this. It would take them probably a day, and now you can get it in minutes. So that process, that particular process is not needed. It's the output that's needed. So it's kind of a switch in, I think, the way that some things work, that it's not about the process anymore. I would be wary of that. I would be alert to that much of what you'll do is results. I mean, it's always kind of been results driven, but now you're going to have to get those results faster. Like before you had some leeway because you had to process. Well, now your processing time has been cut. So you need to move faster. Faster, 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 faster. Anyway. Wonder when this gets updated. Okay. Oh, alright. Oh, so it's updated on 13th. Okay. When does it get updated? That's the one thing too, is like, where's kind of the, I don't know, explaining things? Like, market cap, mega, super mega, large, mid. Next day, rise probability. Predicted profit. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. This is telling you where it's gonna go. Oh, okay. And then I'd like to watch the news again and see how oh, Russian airstrikes damaged Boeing's office in Ukraine. Okay. Trump. Iran and Israel should reach an agreement to make the Middle East great again. Let's go. Trump. Oh man, there's a Oh, it's Peru. Okay. There's earthquake in Peru. But it's only a 5.5 magnitude. I don't think that that's... People that live in earthquake zones, like a 5.5 is kind of just a daily wake-up call. Okay. Reddit sues. Okay. There's probably other websites like this. It's not just this website. So that's the other thing about this too, is to find... Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to see, because this is kind of what we do. So this signal chart, where do I get that if I upgrade? Which one do I have to upgrade to? Well, see, like, I don't get their fancy little, because it says it's 2 weeks behind. I don't get their, but then it says to upgrade, but then when you click it, it doesn't show you which one. Like, do I need to go all the way up to $71 a month? Which is still, like, the only reason I'm considering this is because even at these higher levels, it's cheaper than Trade Ideas. And if it produces something equal to or better than Trade Ideas, because I don't really even, I mean, I use my Trade Ideas, I use it in the morning, but I haven't really had an actionable, to be honest, something truly actionable for quite some time. Like, I've just made it look nice. That's all I've done. To like look at what's moving during the day, like, and then I just trade one thing. So it's not, I don't know how useful this is anymore. That's my concern with my Trade Ideas, is that it's like, if you're not going to use the tool, then you kind of need to get rid of it, because it just sucks the life out of your business. So I will see if this AI whatever produces any actionable actionable insights. Inverse Head and Shoulders. And then it does have, like, I mean, just these things like this, like, just being able to ask it questions and interact with it. I don't know if that was on stream. I don't know if stream caught that. Oh, I did eat a lot of food for breakfast. Farty mixin'? I know. Kind of slowing down here. Alright, let's go back to the stock market thing. So, okay. For designed to accurately predict the future moves of the stock market, this exclusive signal display is available. Oh, it's right here. You have to read, chat. You should read directions. We recommend reducing positions. Da 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 da. Okay, so they got their little proprietary something. Okay. I told you to. When did this buy thing, like, if you had the subscription, when does this buy actually show up? Does it show up that day? Did it show up that day, or did it show up like when it did this first big spike up? Those that have this, maybe you could share with us, like, when did that show up? This is cool. Okay, this is kind of cool. It's telling you the buy. See, I don't get the buy-sell imbalances on my other platforms. If you do, I don't know where they are. If someone wants to help me out there. So the buy imbalance, more people are buying than selling. Sector performance, energy was up. The 5-day, it's defensive for the most part. I kind of like this for my worst sectors, best sector situation. I like the visual of this. Go to my journal up. Where did my journal go? Is it down here? Because I don't like looking up. Okay. Did I come to a conclusion for my I don't think I did. I didn't come to a conclusion for my trades. Let me go back. I'm just jumping around, just doing whatever, not really thinking straight. Like I said, chat, I'm a little like in a food coma, kind of a too many carb situation. And that's what I want to look at too. So I want to look at kind of need like a pivot table. I need like I have too many tags. Needs to be like, that's something I need to do too. I have a whole other project I need to work on. Win rates 38%. Ooh, that's bad, chat. That needs to stop immediately. These are skewed because there's one big giant trade for this. That's all it takes. That's what the book says. One good trade. Just one good trade. That's all you need. Below VWAP is 42%. Covered calls are working. The verticals, the short puts are working. This only has a 38% chance. This is bad though. So we need to stop with the trades that have no writing with them. Absolutely not allowed. I have to write it down before I enter. I mean, seriously. Fiverr. Oh, there's a lot of these. So okay, so that's one takeaway. So let's just take this, kind of think about it. We could go down to the ones that are at least 10. Well, we want like what, 20 trades is the number. So anything with 20 or more trades, we'll take that. Just goes back to writing out the trades. What's my P&L for Walmart? Not great. Let's look at sales. If it will. Walmart. Okay, so 369 this year. Okay. The total P&L. I have the most wins in. Okay. So this one's about 50-50, yeah. Hmm. Six losses. Let's take a look at another thing here. Is it already time for you to go? I'm kind of slow rolling here. Alright. Where's my portfolio? Oh man! I'm up 1%. Woo! Let's go! From March to June. So 3 months. Okay. But unfortunately well, that's last year to this year. That's not really what I want. I want to see January to now. Go. It's not going to work. It only wants to use this one. Oh, year to date. There we go. Okay, I'm like the Russell. I'm underperforming. This is the metric you would use if you were at a trading firm. Like, you just need to beat the market. So I'd have to be at, like, I need to be above 2%. That's not a hard thing to do, and I'm not there, so that's bad. But we could try to get there. We could try to get there. This is cool. Huh. Uncategorized. Oh, these are options. Okay. Oh. Well, we gotta try to fix that. We don't need to be down. We can be up 2%. All right, we'll look at those metrics later. We need to perform better, though. Not doing so hot. Yeah, maybe just isolate it to this and try to get better performance. We could do it. We could try. One good trade, everybody. One good trade. Right, Fiverr. Anyway, we had one good week. How about that? We'll take it. One good week. But we can't be not writing stuff down. I think that's definitely... And if it's a 50-50 shot, then the wins just have to be... You have to be ruthless about your you know, your profits and your risk. So I just need to be more ruthless about that. I also need to go through and calculate my potential gains on some of the stuff that I currently have, like my Google spread, my Q spread. Really like to get rid of that healthcare bag and then move into something else, but whatever on that. But yeah, I need to calculate. I guess what I could say here is calculate the returns for current trades. Potential returns. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and look at the index levels here. I like this. Is this all 2 weeks behind, or is it just this that's the signal on this is 2 weeks behind? Like, it's not gonna give me... Or was this for the... Where did the market close? This is confusing. So let me... Is this just the SPY? So SPY closed at... Yeah, so this is its current price, but it's not going to give me the signal. It's not going to give me the signal. Okay, so SPY closes at 597. Okay. Or is this 2 weeks ago it closed at 590? I don't know. That's the thing, I don't know. Oh yeah, let's see. Current last buy signal was here. Okay. Last sell signal was December. Okay. Be kind of cool to see that, but I... Like, is all of this delayed? That's my other...
Bad data, bad data, bad data. Because it's delayed.
This exclusive signal display...
They do crypto too? Crypto?
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, they do crypto. Stock social media sentiment. And we have a neutral. You interrupting me? You're standing. You're standing in the. You're in. Your head is right here.
Where's your pimple?
Where's my pimple? It's inflamed. Yeah, it's bad. It hurts. Yeah. And I think I will sell puts in Walmart though. I think I will do that. Oh man, it's already been 90 minutes. How did that even happen? Where am I at in my stream though? Where am I at in my stream though? I don't even think I'm close to done yet. No, I'm not. I'm not even close to done. What? Alright. I'm not even dressed though. Close value. So it closed it. So it opened at 60.10 and closed at how's it getting this closing value? This shows like the SPX being down for the week. Is it because it's the difference between cash market and it shows it down for that day? So how are the... Alright, we gotta go though. Using data provided. Oh, they do it week to week. So they're doing it the previous week's close to the current week's close. They're not doing it because I usually do it from like the open of the week to the close of the week. So it just depends on how you do it, chat. $16 reduction shot. I gotta get dressed and I gotta stop streaming. I'm not even done yet. Okay. I could commit to that. Maybe I'll be a little bit more awake by then. I'll drink some water. When are those? Those are at like 3 o'clock or something? All right. I'll still take this one though, chat. I'll still take this view. You just have to specify. I wonder if I told it to go from just the 9th to the 13th, if it would tell me something different. So let me do that. I didn't do that. Punctuation wrong. That's pretty cool though, chat. All right, you're gonna do the Virgin and then come home? Virgin and then come home?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, cool. This shows you the... Oh, neat. Per sector. Okay. That's cool. If it can make a trade for me, I will consider it. If the news is good, I will consider it. Yeah, we'll have to think about this is a list of stocks predicted to rise within 1 month based on their current trends. Netflix is a beast. Man. GEO. Oh man. I missed that one. So then another trade idea is gonna have to be to pull a trade from this resource. And then I need to compare it to trade ideas. And those are going to be your morning momentum plays. So anything with like high relative volume on the open, I need to think about placing a trade on those. Often, I don't really like trading pre-market. I haven't really been a fan of that because you can't really do it on Thinkorswim. Because you can't put in, you can't do stops. Everything has to be limit orders. So that means you also can't short. I mean, yeah, because you can't put a stop in. So it's hard to, only thing you can do that on are futures. So futures can, so that's, I'm always trying to, I've been trying to think of like criteria to trade in the after hours. Well, to trade in the after hours, I think you need to be able to have a stop. And the only thing you can do that on are futures. So futures, I think I'm adding to my criteria for trading overnight. It's also very slow. So whatever trend it starts to go into in the overnight, it continues in that trend. And it's a pretty slow, the volatility is very low in the overnight. So I think there's a case for putting on a trade. I think it's just some of the criteria to enter in the overnight. Like I think it clearly has to be above or below VWAP. You do need some sort of stop because you don't know, news, whatever can happen, and you don't want to wake up with some crazy position. Oh, and then keep trying. So keep testing the 0 DTE playbook. So that's selling puts. I mean, primarily puts. I did calls the first time, so I did sell calls. I think, well, that would have, if I would have done that on Friday, I would have won as well. If I would have sold the 528 puts, I would have made money. I wouldn't have the shares. I don't really care that I have the shares in the paper trading account. If I got rid of all of my other positions, this account, my account could technically be just doing that trade. Like if it works, it could just be that. Those daily 0 DTE things, but I need to be able to track them. So I also need to create, so my goal is going to be to create a spreadsheet to keep track of my 0 DTE test. And you need at least, I need at least 20 trades to make a decision. So we'll keep doing that. Oh, and then we, every trade needs to be logged. There's some earnings. There's Lennar. We're still not done with what we need to be doing. So I mean, if you take it from, the market is still bullish technically. I don't think that that's it was down on the weeks. It was healthcare that was kind of in the lead on that. So still, I think we're still kind of in the gray. Sideways to up situation. I don't think it's really given us a signal. It did not close below its moving averages. It hit it and it did not fall below. So that's something to keep in mind. So we want to look at the week gainers. Let's look by market cap. Most of our big boys, except Apple. Apple's not in this list. We'll go ahead and take these top 10. Market cap. Here we go. And then by volume. Greenlight. Healthcare triangle. These are super small. Tesla. They got the approval. They're gonna have the wheels greased for robotaxis, but then I'm like, why is nobody talking about Waymo? Like, Tesla talking about robotaxis, they already fucking exist. Like, it's not like Tesla's not doing anything innovative at all. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, why are they such the focus on robotaxis? Can someone in the chat tell me why they are, like, everybody focuses on Tesla for robotaxis? Google already has Waymo. I drove around on Waymo. Waymo's, I think there's some work to be done with the Waymo. The Waymo, it's cool. It's a little scary. It's a bit like a carnival ride. It's, you know, it's a little scary. I'd say that. You're not allowed to touch the wheel. I think you can sit in the driver's seat, but you can't do anything in the driver's seat. It doesn't do parking lots very well. It has a hard time with construction. It just kind of plows forward. It doesn't, I mean, what I encountered wasn't terrible. It has a hard time, like, if a building is kind of behind another building, or if it's like you have a big plot of land, you know, kind of like those strip mall things where, like, there's a big long building and then there's maybe other buildings and a parking lot area, and the building that you need is maybe like behind another building, so you kind of have to zigzag around. It doesn't do very well with that. But if it just has to go down the roads and, like, to a particular destination, and the roads are big and wide enough, it's fine. So, like, in cities like Los Angeles and cities like, they have them in San Francisco. That's a little more narrow. But, like, even if they're testing them here in Las Vegas, but I think they would do really, but like, they would do well in Las Vegas, especially if you're going from the airport to the Strip. I think it would do really well. I think it wouldn't have a problem. That's not a very hard drive. And people are wild and crazy on the roads, but it's nah. Like, nah. The roads are big enough, they're wide enough, you can make turns, there's no freeway between the I mean, you can take the freeway, but you don't have to. You just take Las Vegas Boulevard. Just take the scenic route. You don't have to get on the freeway. You really don't. The strip can get packed from time to time, but I think it would give itself enough room to do what it needs to do. So I see Waymo's kind of fitting in here. Like, they should be here already because I think the infrastructure supports it. All right, so losers by market. I told you, this is showing up for like 3 weeks now. The Berkshire, I mean, maybe that's a sign. And I think it mostly just has to do with the fact that he's not at the helm anymore. That Warren Buffett is not there anymore. So the philosophy of the business is probably going to change. And I mean, it won't change that much. It's just that what they'll be looking for might be different than what Warren Buffett and then the people that are long time investors. They look at another 300 of Berkshire A were sold. There's 395 people selling their shares. Who's buying them? Who buys the other side of that? I guess it's a buy and a sell, so maybe it's only like 100 and some odd people, 200 people. So someone's selling, someone's buying. So yeah. Because like you're only selling, are you selling more than one share at a time? It's 731. That's a huge tax burden. Depending on how you're selling it. That's an interesting stock to me. Like, to think about who's buying, who's selling, because it's only 300 shares, but it's 395 volume, but they're huge. Like, that's definitely a conscious effort to sell that. Like, that's not, yeah. That's not an accident, I guess you'd say. So for earnings, who has earnings? Let's pull. Earnings are lame. We don't need to talk about earnings. There's Lennar. I think there's one other thing that's maybe of interest. Lennar is interesting because we know a little bit more about the housing situation. All kind of defensive names. Oh, there's a Fed meeting. So we have to trade the Fed chat. I guess that would be kind of the news that there's a Fed meeting this week. So there's FOMC, and I think you get the Summary of Economic Projections. So you get a new one of those. We're still talking about tariffs. We're still talking about all that. So that's still on the table. And we'll see if the Fed will cut. I did anything from podcasts. I'm listening to Mark Meldrum, and he's talking a lot about AI, and he's going through kind of the use cases for AI and providing examples in finance. And I just think that's very interesting. And seeing how it can be applied to finance and how you can just sift through so many pieces of information and again get to the outcome so much faster. So that's what I've been following. And there's a scan that he provided as well that I've been using in a Jupyter notebook to kind of play around with that. And I mean, that's really the beginnings of sites like the Intellectia that I don't like that name. We need to find a better name. We have to find other things to try too. I think that's to really try these AI tools out and see which one works for me and see which one I can actually use and apply AI myself. Like AI could essentially write out all the things that I'm doing in this 90-minute stream. It really could. It could organize my, and that's what I want to use AI for, is I want to take my journal, I want to simplify it. I want it to show me my P&L. I want it to show me like just like really isolated down, so like the view, like this view of when I look at the full year, and maybe even streamline some of these like what could I really just reduce my tags to, you know? What could I do there? That would be nice to know as well. Not really showing me anything. I think what's valuable here though might be the flow, but then from the flow, I think that's where AI comes in. You're looking at the flow, you're going to be looking for certain patterns in the flow, and the way the data comes in is just coming in. You need to be able to figure out a pattern from that data. And that's hard to do looking at the flow. I mean, unless you're looking at one particular ticker, but like the buys and the sells coming through, you know, that doesn't really mean anything. I can't process all, I can't keep a running total in my brain, but AI can. AI can take chunks of data. Like let's say over every 30 minutes, it's looking at the flow and then it tells you, hey, appears to be bullish flow on this or that, appears to be bearish flow on this or that. That would be nice to know. You know, it looks at that, that would be a good use case for that data. Is that this, that would be interesting. So looking at options flow data and then figuring out, because people are always making judgments, although I'm not convinced you can really tell if something's, you know, I think you have to match it with the price action and then the volume. And then match it, compare that to the flow volume and the flows that are coming in, and making a judgment as to whether we have bearish or bullish flow. Oh man, that'd be so cool. And it would just tell you every 30 minutes. It would send you like a little pink, you know, hey, look at this. You know, or the most interesting out of like maybe a set of stocks that you're looking at. Like, hey, here's something that's changing or this or that. It would alert you to that. That'd be cool. That could be a good use case of AI. Anyway, squeaked out a win this week. Okay, like I'm not really. This needs to make money. Like we're kind of in a. And that's why I kind of went back to my selling of the puts, because I know that that's been working. It's been able to kind of generate positive P&L on a weekly basis from that, so I want to keep doing that. And try to, and I got to make money. We got a lot of responsibilities and a lot of things on my shoulder, and if I don't do that, I won't be able to keep the things that I have. I mean, I do have income, but my dreams are bigger than my income, and so we have to bridge that. And I want to. I don't think that I should live smaller. I want a big life. I don't want a small life. Not that I want a bunch of things, but it's more about being able to do the things that I want when I want, and being able to help the people I want when they need help. No matter what's going on, more like when they need help, I can be there to help them. That's what I want. You know, it's not, and it is about some things, like I feel like life is too short, and I'm susceptible to certain medical conditions that can shorten your life. And I feel like if I spend all of my time doing something for somebody else, I'm gonna lose out. So I have to start doing things for me. And I feel a sense of urgency around that. I don't feel like it can happen later, or I don't have time anymore. I don't have the beauty of time. And really nobody does. Like, you know, once you kind of you realize and you're an adult and you get to that point, whatever that point is, whatever age that is, you need to get moving. But yeah. So that's the real talk on that. That's what it is. Wonder if there's any other so Monday I will check on those two sources and see if I can get my trade ideas and that other AI, you know, thing. I'll also look into other AI options. So I'll do that as well, and see if it produces anything fruitful. I mean, nothing's a silver bullet, but the analysis is really done for you, so that's kind of interesting. I'll put AI here, AI developments and AI use in finance. Oh, and also noting that AI is not isolated to one particular, this is a general use technology. General use. So the one thing that I wouldn't say is a recommendation or a warning, you know, I don't have any warnings against, like, you need to learn AI. If you're not learning how to use it in your field, you will be left behind. 1000% agree with that. I have no disagreements with that at all. So I guess the final thing we'll say is that the market is still, you know, in a bullish pattern. We had a down day on Friday, kind of a down week, so to speak, really just break even. Note that we are up 2% on the year on the NDX or the SPX. So there is a slight sliver, just 2 to 4% of positivity. So we are kind of bullish chop. That's what we're doing right now. So keeping that picture in mind, that's kind of how I'm situated. So I have sold some call spreads, and selling put spreads when it's for the bullish part of it. For the chop part of it, I'm selling the call spreads. Volatility went up a little bit on Friday, so I did sell something into that. So I think that's important to keep in mind moving forward. Just kind of this choppiness. We do have an FOMC meeting on Wednesday, so I probably will try to reduce my risk if I can. Let me put that on my trade ideas, is to reduce risk where where appropriate, before FOMC. Volatility might go up though, so that's something to think about too. Okay. So that'll be another trade idea for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday to reduce risk. Also, the weird not having a trading day in the middle of the week, that's always kind of funky. Probably be a little risk off just because of that as well. And then we get normal weeks coming up. And then we're getting closer to those trade deals needing to be hammered out. I don't think that's happening. So see how that plays out. I can't tell you anything on that. I really have I just kind of take that day by day. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good for the consumer. I don't, and it makes, I think for me, it kind of gives me anxiety just as like a regular person, like, holy shit, things are gonna get more expensive. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. That's not scientific in any way. But I think I do have to take a break. We're at 2 hours. Went through a lot, chat. Thank you for hanging out. If you like what you see, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, the bell, all the things. But do remember, this is for educational, informational purposes only. It's not intended to be financial advice or a recommendation. Trading is risky. You've seen, if you go back in my streams, I lose money. So you will too. So just know that it's risky. Be careful out there. I'm just trying to document my journey. This is kind of a means for me to be accountable to myself. And maybe someday I can actually give advice that matters. But for right now, it's just really to hold me accountable and to get in the discipline of tracking my trades and understanding my trades and trying to find a system that makes money. That's where I'm at. That's all right now. Anyway, I think we'll call it for now, but I wish you a safe and profitable trading week. Be careful out there. FOMC coming up. And